So, for those of you who don't know, I'm just playing a recording of the conversation we had yesterday on Brother's platform. So, what I'm going to do is play it from the beginning. Yalla, bismillah. And for those listening, happy Eid, Eid Mubarak. Just start getting that out of the way from the start. Yalla, bismillah.
जी free Palestine sir जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम
Alaikum salam. May I just say a few words if you don't mind, Seeker?
yeah
Sure.
sure
You can say in English even if you don't want to speak in
Just
Urdu.
so
That's fine.
I can't speak in Urdu. Inshallah, in
Okay, that's
Jannah.
fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
So, for those of you who don't know, I speak to Ahmadis almost on a daily basis. I think that there are incredibly good-natured Ahmadis on TikTok, like Mani, like Jari Bey, who will stand next to the truth. Now, whether or not you agree what happened to my sister Safiya is right or wrong, what you must know that Islam demands of us to stand with justice. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Man ra'a minkum munkar فَيُغَيِّرْهُ بِيَدِهِ." Whoever sees injustice, change it with your hand. And if you can't, change it with your tongue. And if you can't, then you hate it in your heart. And that is the weakest of faith. Whether or not you agree of what happened to her, what is clear is their evidence suggests that injustice was done to her because she wasn't even told what she did wrong to have ikhraj done to her and to be boycotted. I'm not even getting to the point where this boycott has no basis in Islam. No basis in Islam. 1400 years of Islamic history, the only example Ahmadis like to point to about ikhraj is what happened with the three Sahaba at the Battle of Tabuk. But this was an exception to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam married 9 wives. Do all Muslims marry 9 wives? No other Khalifa did this muqata'a. Even the Khawarij, who were unaliving Muslims, had no muqata'a done on them. They left on their own. But the Ahmadis decide, we have a right to do ikhraj and we have a right to do muqata'a. But what right in Islam does someone get to say, you are out of the jama'at, we're not going to tell you why, we're not going to tell people why, but we know once we do ikhraj of you, all your connections to everyone in society, especially in Europe, where Muslims are supposed to stick to each other, are going to be cut. We know what the consequences of doing ikhraj of you, but we're going to do it. And when people ask, it's recorded. The evidence is there. It is recorded that the Murabbi was asked, why have you done ikhraj? Were you given the letter? And he said, I don't need to ask a reason once the president tells me. My brothers and sisters, this is blind faith. This is not Islam. So there are, and the reason I'm telling you this, and I'll finish on this, is Allah created us with fitrah. We know deep down when something is wrong or right. Whatever excuses were given, you cannot lie to your fitrah. And you will be asked about it on Judgment Day. What did you do when you heard about this injustice? Did you just turn away and look away and act like it's not your problem? It's something happening in the Jama'at in Sweden. Despite yourself having a voice, you're able to go on lives where they tell me, sorry, it's an Urdu only tabligh, we're not answering questions. You guys speak Urdu. You, ladies and gentlemen, in this live, speak Urdu. You're able to raise these questions. You're able to raise the questions with your imam, your murabbi, your amir. I don't know what the pyramid scheme thing is in Ahmadiyya, but the point is you have a right to raise these concerns. And if one tells you, sorry, this is a decision by the Khalifa, you're just supposed to do sam'an wa ta'an, go read the history of Islam and tell me if this is how the Sahaba acted when they saw injustice. Go see it. Wallahi, I don't want to say Ahmadiyya is a cult, but this kind of behavior, this behavior is very cult-like, where you're not allowed to ask for a reason and you're not allowed to highlight injustice. This is not Islam. And I am sorry for speaking in English for so long.
Jazakallah.
I understand you and I 100% agree with you. And I appreciate your point of view. And this is the point of view we need to raise if there's an injustice happen somewhere. And I agree with you, and I will raise, and I'm already raising these kind of issue where I understand if I need to raise injustice issues, injustice incident. So I always raise. And that's why I told that I am the other brother also that you do not interference what you're talking. We should be open to talk with everybody. We should have a decently, we should talk each other. We should have a good atmosphere, love for all, hatred for none. We should
100%.
respect, we should
And
respect everyone.
one
Yeah.
last thing,
Yes,
a
please.
point that, one last thing, a point that is always raised on Ahmadi lives is وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ. And the
Yes.
Ahmadi Jama'at say, this is us. This is us. We're the followers of Salman al-Farisi. Ya akhi, I ask every Ahmadi on this live, go read the history of Salman al-Farisi. Go read his biography. Find out how he fought injustice. And then ask yourself, is the Ahmadi Jama'at today the true followers of the biography of Salman al-Farisi? Really ask yourself, would Salman al-Farisi hear about this injustice and turn his head? Would he do that? Because I do not. And Allah will ask us, Allah will ask me, and Allahumma fashhad, Allahumma ballagh, Allahumma ashhad.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And there's actually a book published on Suleiman Farsi in our Ahmadiyya community. I think I go through that book. I will read again that book also, because it's a very good point actually. And what happening with the in recent Muslim world, especially with Iran, it's all related to Suleiman Farsi also, because he was from Iran too. He came to Medina and Mecca and sit down with Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So I have a lot of respect for Iran due to that reason.
I think that's it